All right, quick video on your starter relays for refrigerators. So three things, or things you're gonna need. You're gonna need your wire spade clips. You're gonna need a pair of crimpers, pair of wire strippers, and cutters. You can do the job with one of these, but it's a lot easier if you have these three. And then you're also going to need your overload, your peanut relay, and your 15 microfarad capacitor, and also going to need the wire that comes inside. So let's start with the wire first. The first thing you need to do, you also have your white wire and your L1 coming in from the refrigerator. So first thing we need to do is prep our capacitor side. Match these two ends up, pull it tight till you see this end right here. Take your cutters and cut this end. Now strip this end back, both ends I mean, about 1/2 to 3/4. I'd rather you have more than less. Now look at this other end. We have one spade clip and we have one clip that's not going to do us any good at all. So I would personally just go ahead and cut off the end that's not going to do us any good at all and leave the spade clip. Use that. That's going to be your capacitor side. So let's strip the other end that we didn't cut, about 1/2 to 3/4. So now we have a set of wires for our capacitor. We're going to put our spade crimp terminals on here, and we're going to use this on the peanut side of the relay. Let's go ahead and do the crimp connections. Twist everything together. Let's put our wire crimpers on. Let's grab our crimp tool. Just do it one by one here. Make sure you see the wire inside. Crimp it down, pull on it, make sure it's solid. Other side real quick. So this is the crimping tool I have. So we got our first set of capacitor wires ready. Last one with the spade clip that's on. Put our connectors on. Crimp. Okay, now you have a set of wires for your capacitor. So grab your capacitor, and we are going to plug this side with the two spade clips into the capacitor. Now they need to be tight. If it's loose or if it's going in on the plastic, do you see this? That's not going to work. So you need to make sure you're plugging in on the metal and then push it down. If it comes back off easy, then you need to, so that one's not too bad, but you need to take your needle nose or whatever and smush these down just a little bit so that it grabs very tight onto that plug. It should be very snug, like that. So other one, I'm gonna crimp down just as a rule because these are smaller terminals. Make sure it goes onto the metal part and not the plastic. Okay, so we're solid there. What do we do with these two ends? They go on the peanut relay. Peanut relay. You can tell it's the top because of the two holes on the top. That's always going to go this way. Sometimes on an upside down triangle it will go this way. This is still the top of the peanut relay. Don't get confused. So we have 3 terminals. This terminal helps you remember that it only goes on the left side by itself. That's your starting side of the terminal. This is your neutral side of the terminal where power's coming back. We're going to put that on the top right. So now we've built our relay and neutral setup. So let's bring it over here and hook it up to the refrigerator. L1 is going to go here. This is your power coming in from the refrigerator. That's going to be a black wire or a blue wire in most cases on a refrigerator. I don't see too many other colors, but we're gonna hook up our overload, and again, make sure it's on the metal and not the plastic. Make sure that's all snug. We're going to plug this in first. Why? Because this peanut relay goes over this section with the plastic. So relay goes on, overload goes on first. Now our relay is coming over here. There's one last step we haven't done yet, which is our last terminal, which is our neutral wire. So we're gonna plug in our neutral or our white wire or our orange wire in a lot of cases and plug that in last. And now we're ready to hook it up. So we've got our relay on, and we've got our peanut relay that will go on in typical form this way. In upside down versions, you're going to put the overload on here, and you're going to turn this upside down and plug it in. And that is going to allow you to have all the wires hooked up properly. This needs to be secured with a zip tie or a self-tapping screw to the chassis, and you're ready to go. You've just built yourself a starter that will last a long time. Hope that helps.